All right, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Struggling Day Trader channel. The name is Hassan, and this channel is about my struggle to become a profitable day trader. I'm streaming live every market open so you guys can see my entries, exits, the good, the bad, all that good stuff, man. If you want to join me on my journey, hit that like button and subscribe. Now it's time for my daily review video. Today was a good day, man. Yesterday was a good day. Yesterday was like a perfect day, right? Like 2 for 2, perfect entries, exits, no losses. It was nice. But today, I feel like I got to really flex and express myself, right? I did pass up on one trade. We'll get to that. Let's just start from the top. So WVE, let's go. Let's start from where I start. So I like the daily on this. We had gapped up this morning and it just looked higher to me, you know. There were no like really high volume areas to worry about. What we got here? We had this, but the volume wasn't really that much to worry about. But yeah. Anyway, I like the chart, and uh, let's just talk about what I did. So basically, the same process, man. Opening candle typically has the highest volume of the day, or at least the highest volume in the beginning. You know, sometimes volume will come in like you see it got really volume really started to pour in as the day went on this thing. But top of the opening candle, top of the opening range, I like to put a line. I call that my high volume support line, right? That's where I want price action to hold above for me to take my entry, because my entry strategy is I get in on the pullback, right? And as I was building that strategy, I'm trying to figure out what makes this a higher probability strategy. Like, what makes this pullback better than other pullbacks? Like, I need to find that high probability pullback, right? And I noticed that when the price held up over this opening range, that it had a higher likelihood to continue to build the price up. You know what I mean? So that's what I look for. So drew my line, trades above, pulls back, right? Not the cleanest pullback. I'd much rather have a narrow range candle, you know, that closed a little closer to this line. But as far as the technical thing of what's happening, it trades over the opening range, comes back, tests the opening range. Literally 650 was the high, 650 came back and tested it right on the penny, got bought back up. And so now I want to take the break. Now, this is technically a high of day break, but it's not like it went up and made a high day, came back down, and now it went back up to test it, right? It's just kind of slowly edged up and dipped down a bit. So I don't mind taking this kind of high of day break. You know what I mean? So, entry here. I can't remember if I had my stop down this low or not. I had to have. Yeah, I had to have. So initial risk on this was actually quite a bit. That's probably why I didn't add. Anyway, 2 shares at 677. Risk down to 649. So, man, that's almost 30-cent risk. I'm kind of surprised at that. Kind of surprised at that. But, hey, got in 2 shares at 677. That thing walked up effortlessly. So, y'all know how I manage my position. As it makes a new high, I like to raise my stop to the last low. So once we made this high, pull back, and then break that high, I move my stop up under here, right? Then we make another high, pull back. I'm waiting for a new high to move my stop up, right? So now once we get this new high, I can move my stop up to the last low, which is right under here or under here. I think it's the same. Yeah, 727. So now I'm up here at 726. 1 penny under the low. Come up here, pull back to this line, make a new high here. So now my stop is under here. And that was the end of that move. So I got stopped out there. This was 747, 77. So this was a really nice move. And this was just 1 share. 1 share at 747. Yeah, so really nice move there. And then I tried to be patient. I tried to be patient with my last leg. I think I put it at break even here. And then once, you got this little high here. And then once it broke that, I went ahead and started moving my stop up again. When really I would prefer to wait for a new high of day to move my stop. And if I would have waited for that, I would have never gotten stopped out of this position and could have rolled that thing up to at least here. But that's not really that big of a difference. So I mean, I'm happy with how this played out. Um, what is that? 749. Is that the same price? Oh, that's 739 there. 747. Okay, so we got an average at about, I don't know, 745 ish maybe. So minus 677. So about a 68 cent per share on this trade. And we said we risked 677 to 6. Risked about 30 cent. So about close to 2R. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, great trade though. Great trade. And I'm gonna try to go in order, but I came back. I came back and kept at it. But let's see. My first NIO trade. Now, this is where I was talking about on the first trade that what makes one pullback better than the other. So here, the highest volume candle on NIO was the second candle after the open. And draw a line there, cool. Pulls all the way in and then makes a new high. Great. New high, higher high. Comes down, makes a higher low. At face value, that's a pretty good setup. We got the higher high, higher low. It's above VWAP, but it's not above my high volume support line. I want the price to hold up over here to take my entry. It traded back in, but it still looked like a good pattern. Like it looked good. So I still got in, which I would say is it's a rule break. It's a rule break and a mistake because I should have passed up on this. I should have said, nah, it's not holding up. And it didn't hold up. Got stopped out. Like this is why I have the rule, So cool. I took a loss on that. Not bad. JD, kind of the same situation. This is kind of where you're like, you got to be really picky. It's hard to be really picky because the setup's not always going to be perfect, Sometimes this will happen and it'll work perfectly. It'll go, So I'm not mad about taking this. There's signs though. There's signs because we got a low here and then a higher low and then a lower low. So there's signs, you know what I mean? And it didn't hold. Like it closed both of these candles. All three of these candles closed below high volume support, right? So it's not really holding. And it's really extended from VWAP as well. And I really want high volume support and VWAP to be pretty close. I want like double support, you know what I mean? So this is like maybe a C grade setup. But I mean with this making a low and then a higher low and then a lower low though, should have canceled it, man. Shouldn't have got in that one. But yeah. So first trade was good. Next two trades bad, and I think INTC was the third trade that was bad also. Yeah. So this one I passed up on this because I was already in two other positions, and I was just really fighting with myself because I was having a good discussion with my guy. And he was like, you really need to prioritize your risk. You can't, you don't want to use up all your risk on your low quality plays when you have, your high quality plays. And I think I was in 2 low quality plays. Aside from WVE. I was in WVE and that was working out great. But NIO and JD, it just made me not take it. And it was perfect. Like, look at it. High volume on the first candle, draw my line, trades up, clearly up over the line, right? And then it pulls back to VWAP and HVS and previous day close. Like, bruh. And then if I missed that one, it gave another one right here. I was really fighting with myself. And I mean, I guess it's a good sign of discipline to have not taken those two. But it put me in a FOMO mind state. And when it made this new high and pulled back, this actually is a nice setup right here. It was just too much overhead resistance right there. 23 was just really proved to be too big of a level for INTC today. This is where I needed to be selling up here. I almost actually dragged my stop up right there. But yeah, this is actually I was supposed to drag my stop up under that candle when this made a high, but I was a little slow to it, so I ended up just taking the stop there. But this was the entry. This was the entry, and this either this or this was the exit, and I just messed it up. I just messed it up. I should have left. I should have stayed out of it, but I don't really want to get in away from VWAP like that, especially on the first move of the day. The second move, you can, it's a little different. Um, but this one was the one for today. BNZI. That was the hit of the day. And shamefully, I took a couple of pre-market swings at it. Did not go my way. I don't know why I do that. I guess it's just kind of exciting, the idea of getting in early, but it doesn't work out almost all the time. It doesn't work out. Um, yeah. So anyway, what ended up happening was had the open, pulled back, made a new high, but pulled all the way back in again, and then it kind of started a little Consala uptrend right here, and it's not the perfect setup, right? It's not what I'm looking for at the open for sure. But later on in the day, when things start to settle, I'm just in my heart. I don't have data, but in my heart, I know this move. And so I bought it. I just look, man, this is clear textbook. We had a higher high. It was only 1 penny, but higher high, higher low right there. And so I just got in, man. And that joker went phenomenally well. It went straight up, halted, and it halted here. It opened up and went way up there, and I got out of one share, held the rest, and got out of that one there. I was very close to dragging my stop up and getting out up here, but I was too slow mentally. Um, then I got back in here. I got back in here, stopped under there, and started making some more moves again. Got a little bit of slippage right here, but I don't know. I think my stop was around here, so that was cool. Just a few more pennies per share on that one. 954 to 980. So 26 cents on that one. But this one, 740 to 964 and 924. That was bomb diggy. That was super cool, man. And did I trade this again today? What's going on here? Where's my... There we go. Come on now. What is going on? All right, there we go. Now we're back. Okay. No, I didn't trade BNZI anymore today. That was just this area here. So yeah, I killed that, man. I killed that, I must say. I did come back at INTC quite a few times. I just couldn't really get a good rhythm on INTC. I did get a great trade here. Okay, that's a pretty good trade, honestly. That's a pretty good trade. Got in here and ran that thing up pretty nicely, actually. This was 22.65 to 22.84, so 20 cent per share on that one. And then I sold the second leg over here at 22.91. Got in again and pretty much got out break even right there. And then I tried again over here and took a loss. Basically, gave back my green. I think I was up. I had 10 cent green after this trade, and then fumbled it, fumbled it all the way into red down there. So very small red, but um, the R's were just so good. Like the R's are I mean, it's phenomenal the type of risk reward that I've been having these last couple of days. Like check this out. I think I did this on the 5. Yeah, let's jump to the 5 for these last trades. Yeah, so I really like this right here. I missed the trigger there, but I only got in a few cents away from there. Trigger was 51. I got in at 53 and ran that thing up 32.53, 32.96, and 33.09 on this position. Came back down and caught it again right here. Boom. 33.06 to 33.26, right? And caught it again right here, 33.26 to 33.67. So I slaughtered JD today. After my first strikeout up here, I got it back. You know what I mean? So I did very well with JD today. I got back in this one as well on a 5 minute. Didn't ride it too high, but I think this might be look a little more informative on the one. Yeah, so this one kind of wicked me out, and then yeah, so I mean it could have been a lot better than it was, but I just got wicked out there, and then it just fell right there. This was another example of me getting too aggressive with my last shares though, because this should have at least been under these wicks, just chilling, and then I could have caught this move up. But hey, coulda, shoulda, woulda. I'm happy. I'm happy on the day, man. I want to set myself loose. You know, I really I dislike the guardrails, but when you're not disciplined, you have to do something, right? That's where no trades after 10:30 and only 2 trades at a time. Those are guardrails to keep you from losing control, which I kind of had a habit of doing, of just like spiraling out, revenge trading, going from green to red, all of that stuff, right? But honestly, and this may be just my inexperience speaking, um, but I feel like I can handle multiple positions at a time. And I feel like whenever my setup comes, I want to take it. I don't care how many positions I have already. You know, I got my stop in, right? It's not like it's just being left, left to the market. You know, I got my stop in and I'm watching it, I'm managing it, and then I'm looking also still scanning and I see something set up, like the idea of saying I'm not gonna take that good setup because I'm already in 2 other good setups. I don't know if that's gonna work for me. I get it, but I just believe that I can do that. I can do it. You know, um, this the type of trading I've done the last couple of days is the type of trading I was doing. When I felt like I could do this. When I was like, all right, I'm gonna be a day trader. This is what I'm gonna do. That's how I've been trading the last couple of days, and it's like I can feel it. Like I know what changed, and it's the big picture of the chart. It's the big picture of where has the volume been traded at and the levels that the volume creates, you know, um, and just being super mindful of that in regards to where I'm entering a stock. And man, it just makes sense to me. But we'll see, man. We'll see. I might this might just might it could be all luck, you know. I definitely have had some. I mean, but when I look at the chart and look at the executions, they look pretty solid. You know, my entries. So it's hard to chalk it up to luck. But, I've had days where I've had like, or weeks where I had like 10 or 12 or 20 trades straight, all red. Like, couldn't buy a green one. So, it makes sense that I would have some green trades eventually. So this could be that. Just, a reversion to the mean. But it doesn't feel like that, like in my heart. So, but I'm definitely managing expectations. A part of me wants to come in tomorrow and go ahead and bump up the risk to $5. It's already popped in my mind, so it might happen. But ideally, I'd like to stay at 2 shares the rest of the week just to kind of prove myself a little more and earn the risk. But I feel like I'm re-entering my zone, and it feels good, man, because I was feeling very hopeless um just last week, man. Just last week. So, um that's all I got for today, man. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me and being a part of this community that, we're starting. Uh trading is lonely, man, and it's a lot more fun with you guys. And I encourage you guys to join the community too, man. And hey, this one's free. There's no charging. We trying to make money off the market, not the traders. I want to make money off the market. The Discord link in the description is free. I don't have any plans to charge. I just feel like the market can pay enough. So let's get this money out the market. We can all eat. But anyway, that's all I got, man. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me today. Super excited for tomorrow. Hope you guys join me in the morning for the live stream at the market open. Hit that like button and subscribe. Hit that alert button so you get alerts when we go live in the morning. You can come in, man. We talk charts, talk trading, and life too, man. Conspiracy theories. Anyway, man, appreciate y'all. Be safe out here. Peace.